All right. Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope everybody's feeling good. My name's Hazik Ali, and we at it once again. Good morning, millionaire. You know, if you've never been here before, we focus every morning on either mindset, heart set, or skill set that helps you go further, faster, with less effort. That's our whole play, right? Giving you exactly what you need to step your game up. A lot of us just don't understand how the game works. We want to play, but we just don't know how it works. So that's what we're here to do for you every single morning, is help you get your thing together. My name is Hazik Ali. I'm here as living proof that this stuff works, because I really have no other way to explain what some would call my level of success. I have no college degrees. I know cats with more degrees than a thermometer, and they ain't got two nickels to rub together. You know what I mean? I really feel like in capitalism, you learn more, you earn more. I really believe that the secret to making more money in this particular environment that we're in is that you have to expand your mind to match your goals, or your goals start to shrink to match your mind. You know what I'm saying? My man Kerman checking in. Good morning, my brother. My man Shiz is in the house. I love it, man. Good to see you this morning, bro. Shalonda, what's up, Shalonda? All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, tuning in from ATL. I'm loving that. Demeter made it in. What's up, Demeter? I'm glad you made it in, Queen. Let them know where you're from. Yeah. Mr. Al Terry is in the house. Michelle Hargrove's in the house. Appreciate that share, Shalonda. Thank you very much. My man Tracy Brown is in the house. I see you, Tracy. You be tuning in, bro. You ain't missing a beat. I love that. This morning I got something I think y'all are really gonna enjoy, man. Did y'all participate in the survey? It ain't too late. If you look at the description of this class, then you're gonna see like a whole survey I wrote in there. My man Charlie knows we all in sales. We all in sales. Matter of fact, do me a favor and tag a salesperson this morning. Tag a salesperson in here, and of course, Trey Brown, of course. Do me a favor and tag a salesperson, tag an entrepreneur. They're going to be so grateful to you. I'm going to break down some things that they were probably never taught before. We've done some amazing research on the way the mind works, y'all. I'm going to get into it in a minute. Yeah, I think you're going to like this a lot. My man Zave is in the house. Good morning, bro. Yeah, good morning, millionaires. Y'all ready? Do me a favor and share this with an entrepreneur. Share this in your messenger groups. Share this in your Facebook groups. And if you don't have one, you should start one. I mean, what are we doing if we're not giving value? I made a promise to God, man. I was like, if you pull me out of this hell I'm in, I promise I'm going to help you serve. I promise I'm going to do something with my gifts. I promise I'm going to be a blessing to others. If I can just find myself to be blessed. If I can just count myself among them. Because I'd be looking around, I'd be like, why is everybody winning? Why does it feel like everybody's on top but me? How come I have to be going through this where I can barely put some money together to take care of my children, or to drive a nice car that ain't always breaking down, or to live in the kind of home that befits somebody who's your servant, God, right? It's right in the description of the class, Demeter. Demeter said, where's the survey? It's right in the description of the class, Queen. Taisha checking in. Can't wait to hear how it went yesterday. You know what I mean, Shalonda? It's like, why is everybody winning but me? I couldn't take it no more. And then I realized something. I realized, y'all, that you got to serve before you deserve. Ain't that something?
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time, because we're going to bring the millionaire out of you. Please enter your...
Let's get it.
Thank you.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Yourself. All participants are muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
All right. Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope you're feeling good this morning. My name is Haziq Ali, and I'm definitely blessed to be here with you this morning. I hope you're feeling as excited as I am about this weekend's Kaizen Academy. I believe we're going to change some lives this weekend, boy. I have a feeling y'all ain't never heard some of the stuff that we're going to kick it with you about, because a lot of people don't study the brain. Like we're entrepreneurologists around here. So we don't just study entrepreneurship. We study neurology. It's not just the mindset, it's the neurology. And when new information comes to light, our job is to change our minds. Like, think about when you was a little kid and you believed in Santa Claus, right? Crystal clear in the house, right? Think about how you believed in the tooth fairy, or you believed in the Easter bunny, right? But then we learned, wait a minute, that ain't how it works. Can I get a witness? As we got older and we got new information, we were able to change our minds. We got to make a decision, y'all. We can either continue to think delusional, or we can use the new information that comes to us. And so this closing thing is not just about the old ways that we were told it works. Back in 1997, they started doing MRI brain scans, magnetic resonance imagery, if you care. And what it taught us is all of these different ways about how the brain works. We learned stuff we never knew about the brain. And so now we know 100 times more than we used to know. So now it's our responsibility to use this stuff. So why not change how we feel about the way the sales process works? Why not change how we think? Now we got to kind of change our minds about the process. So if you have any hangups about closing, like I did, if you're somebody who kind of like finds yourself in entrepreneurship, but you're kind of nervous about the sales process, if you're afraid of closing, we got to change how we think it happens. We got to change our mindset about the process. Then after we change our mindset, after we learn a couple little jewels, like the kind of stuff I'm going to share with you this morning, it becomes so obvious, it becomes so easy that we never have to feel that trepidation ever again. We never even have to think about it. So I'm going to run through the survey that I gave you, and I just kind of want to break it down for you. The first one that we gave, somebody give me this in the comments. I asked you, which of these do you think is true? And then the first one I asked you is, prospects make automatic decisions. Prospects make automatic decisions. Who voted for that one? Prospects make automatic decisions, right? What do we mean by automatic? We mean it's instant. Prospects make automatic decisions. Do you believe that? Yeah, of course that's true. Of course that's true. And if you find that hard to believe, somebody give it to me in the comments, because I want you to get this into your subconscious mind. Because once I can teach it to you, you're going to be able to teach your teammates, and then they won't quit as quickly. They're not going to feel as rejected. They're not going to feel as dejected, because they're starting to learn how the mind works. Somebody give me that in the comments. Prospects make instant decisions. Can I get your help with that? Prospects make instant decisions. Can somebody give me that in the comments? Prospects make instant decisions. Yeah, go for a walk in the park, y'all. Ask yourself, do you have to does your mind have to think about making your heart beat? Right? Does your mind have to make your heart beat? Prospects make automatic decisions. Do you have to choose whether you're gonna use your right foot or your left foot? Right? Did you have to think about that, or did it happen automatically? Right? Left foot, right foot, right? It's automatic. They've done experiments where they'd have somebody take a couple drinks and then drive down the street and then try to do math problems. And it got really ugly, because that's not how the mind works. Humans can only think about one thing at a time. Everything else is automatic. Somebody give me that in the comments. A human being can only think about one thing at a time. Everything else is automatic. So that kind of changes some stuff, because what it means is that the way we position the problem is what triggers the automatic decision. It's how we position what we're talking about, right? Somebody with me? Prospects make automatic decisions. That's exactly right. How many of you voted for B? B was at prospects make decisions on no information. Somebody give me that in the comments. Prospects make automatic, because spoiler alert, every one of the statements was true. Every one of the statements was true. I'm going to change how you think about this stuff so you can start making more money. Somebody give me this in the comments. Prospects make decisions on no information. Prospects make decisions on no information. On no information at all. You know, how many of you have ever heard of Tinder? Right? How many of you have ever heard of Tinder? You know, they look at the picture, they swipe right, they swipe left, right? How many of you have ever scrolled on Facebook? Somebody give me this. Prospects make decisions on almost no information. Prospects make decisions on almost no information. No information at all. Isn't this crazy? Somebody give me that in the comments and give me a share. Prospects make decisions on almost no information. That's the second one I got for you. And this was great news once I learned this, because I thought I had to balance the pros and cons. But if prospects make final decisions before they even get the information, that means my job's going to be a lot easier. That means my job is going to be a whole lot easier. Here's the third one that we wrote in the survey. I didn't see many people pick this one. Whether I looked on YouTube, Facebook, and in entrepreneurship, our Facebook group, right? I didn't see many people pick this one. But influence is more important than the words we say. Influence is more important than the words we say. Can somebody give me that in the comments? That's right. That's right. Prospects make decisions on no information at all. You like, man, well, what's the purpose of these presentations? What's the purpose of these brochures? Well, we'll get to that in a minute. We'll get to that in a minute. But first, I want to underline some real key facts for you so we can begin to change how your mind is thinking about this. Somebody give it to me in the comments, y'all. Influence is more important than the words we say. Influence is more important than the words we say. And then give me a share if you believe that. Influence is much more important than the words we say. And then give me a share. Imagine a doctor joins your network marketing company, right? Imagine a doctor joins your network marketing company, and then he tells 10 of his friends, hey, I just now joined this new business, and I want you to come to the barbecue. I'm gonna tell you all about it, right? What did the friends say? Oh, well, you went to medical school. You studied nothing at all about business, so you must make good business decisions, right? No. But here's the crazy thing about influence, y'all. When you have influence in one area, people naturally grant you influence over all the other areas. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? Influence is more important than the words we say. Is that crazy? Is that crazy? Somebody give me that in the comments, because I want you to get this into your subconscious. I want you to get this into your subconscious. Influence is more important than the words that we say. Influence is more important than the words we say. Somebody give me that in the comments and then give me a share. This is important you write this out. I know some of you are driving to work. Some of you are driving to school. You know, some of you are taking the kids to the daycare. But if you aren't and you're able to type it out, I want your mind to work with this information. Influence is more important than the words we say. Influence is more important than the words we say. This is important. Influence is more important than the words we say. Here's the next one I got for you. Final decisions are made before the presentation. Somebody give me that in the comments and then give me a share. Final decisions are made before our presentation. See, so we're not saying that a presentation is worthless. I just want you to understand that the final decision was made before the presentation even happened. This is so important for you to get, because then you're going to get more powerful. Like today at 1 o'clock, I'm doing a presentation. You know, I know Jamal knows about it. I know Mark knows about it. I know Shalonda knows about it, right? I know Rohan knows. At 1 o'clock, I'm doing a presentation, right? But I want you to understand that it's based on what you say to them. All my Kaiserites get this already. It's based on what you say to them beforehand that's going to get them there. Final decisions are made before the presentation. Final decisions are made before the presentation. Final decisions are made before the presentation. This is important. Taisha, we kind of talked about this a little bit yesterday, right? Final decisions are made before the presentation. What do I mean by that? Let's say I'm a seller business, right? And I'm talking to my friends, or I'm talking to my family, or I'm talking to a complete stranger, right? The first decision I need them to make, y'all, is that they want to buy a business. If they've decided they want to buy a business, they've decided that before they have the information. So now when I teach you this, what are the side effects? The side effects are like, dang, I don't have to learn all this crazy stuff. I don't have to become a sleazy salesman. I don't have to be a pitchman. I don't have to get people to set aside all their attention. I barely have to do anything. We have to teach this. And then our teams are going to start saying to themselves, man, I don't have to do all of the stuff that I hate. That's these movies from the 80s before they even started studying the way the brain works. And then even in the movies from the 80s, they did this weird thing where they made us all seem kind of lame as salespeople. But that's the fourth thing I had for you today. If you understand that final decisions are made before the presentation, right, Tiffany? Right, Ms. Jones? Once you understand final decisions are made before the presentation, everything changes, y'all. Everything changes. Yeah, Jessica. I like that you wrote that one. That was number 3. Influence is more important than the words we say. They don't join that doctor because the doctor is an expert at business. I just want you to understand some different rules. And then since we know all of that, that makes E obvious too, right? So E is pretty obvious too. Icebreakers then can be our close. Would you believe that you need to close them sometimes before the presentation? If prospects are making automatic decisions, if they make the decisions based on no information, right? If influence is more important than the words we say, right? If final decisions are made before the presentation, that means icebreakers can be a close. Is that crazy? Is that crazy, y'all? This is what I want you to understand. Once you get how this works, you don't have to be scared anymore. These are the 5 things that I need you to understand that are going to form the basis when I give you some of these words tomorrow. Because tomorrow I'm going to give you like some of the actual phrases. But I just want you to understand, what happens if you don't close? What happens if you don't know how to close? Because the only thing your company wants you to do is make money. All they want you to do is close. They're not asking you to present the comp plan. They ain't asking you to talk about the products. They ain't asking you to somebody give me this in the comments. My job is to close. Somebody give me this in the comments and then give me a share if you agree. If you agree with this, write it in the comments so you stamp it in your mind and then give yourself a share. Share it with a group, share it with another entrepreneur. If you understand, my job is to close. My job is to close. What are they paying you to do 1,000 presentations? Are they paying you to read the PowerPoint in case people can't read good, right? Are they paying you for when people say, I'm gonna think about it? No, they're paying you because your job is to close. Your job is to close. That's right. Your job is to close. Your job ain't nothing else, man. Your job is to close. This is what I need you to understand. It ain't the social media post. It ain't the videos. We're in the closing business. The company's handling everything else. The company's handling everything else. It ain't about the company done handle the products. The company done handle the services. The company done handle the websites. The company's handling the billing. The company's handling legal. The company's handling all of this. All we have to do is close. That's a pretty good deal. Because if we learn how to close, we get paid. And it don't take all long. But if we don't, what happens? If we don't, what happens? I don't know about y'all, but here's a bunch of the stuff that I used to do, right? I would talk and hope they volunteer. Anybody been there? Anybody been there? I would use these sleazy, closes I learned from, you know what I mean? People that didn't know what they were talking about. Because don't forget, they just started studying the brain in 1997. Or I would say nothing and leave, right? I would avoid talking at all. What's it going to take? What's it going to take to get you to want to change your life today? How rude, right? And then leaving before saying anything ain't a good long-term plan, right? But here's what we got to understand. This is the brain hack that I wanted you to get today. Why do people make, when do people make their final decision? Do they make their final decision at the beginning or the end? Let me see it in the comments. Do they make their final decision in the beginning or the end? Let me see it in the comments. Let me see it in the comments. Do you think that people make the decision about joining you in the beginning or the end? Let me see it in the comments. What do you believe? What do you believe? Share with me what you think and then give me a share. Share and then share. Yeah, Jerry, thank you for that transparency. Thank you for that transparency. At the beginning, y'all are starting to check it. Y'all are starting to get it. I'll prove it to you. You ever had a presentation, you're looking at the crowd, and you're like, this ain't going well, right? Damn, they checking out. They ain't even heard about the comp plan yet, right? You ever had that happen to you? That's how you know they're making a decision in the beginning. New team members don't know this, though, and that's why they quit on you. Check this out, y'all. You ever been flipping through the channel? I'm going to give you a bunch of examples so that way you can remind yourself of this and you can remind your team of this. Somebody put channel surfing in the comments. Anybody ever click through the channels? How long does it take you to make a decision? How long does it take you to make a decision? Like, hey, this is interesting or it ain't. Right? This is interesting or it ain't. Right? How many of you have gone to a restaurant and you order some coffee or something and then they ask you, do you want cream in the coffee? Write that one in the comments. Want cream with your coffee? Want cream with your coffee? Put that in the comments. Want cream with your coffee? How many of us have been in a situation where the waitress asks us, do we want cream? And then we like, well, is it going to go with my keto diet? Well, can you tell me the health benefits of cream? Right? That ain't how it works, right? What about when a salesperson calls you? You answer the phone and you hear that robot voice. Do you want to hear what the robot voice is going to say first? You didn't hear the presentation? You didn't hear the presentation? Yeah, channel surfers, right? Want cream with your coffee? Right? Channel surfers, want cream with your coffee? These are examples. What about when salespeople call? Somebody give me robocalls. Write robocalls in the comments so you remember this one. What about YouTube videos? What about YouTube videos? YouTube videos prove it as well, right? YouTube videos prove it as well. How many seconds do you give that YouTube video before you decide and before you make a final decision? You like they done lost you, right? Check it out, man. YouTube takes us about 5 seconds. That's why they don't even have to pay for the YouTube ad until after those first 5 seconds, right? You say, I don't like this narrator, or I don't like how they talking. We decide it instantly. What about when you're choosing a movie? You decide instantly, right? What about when you're picking a restaurant? You decide instantly. You don't have all the information. You don't understand whether the waitresses are good. You haven't looked at the menu to see either their selection or the prices a lot of times. Your friend is like, they name the restaurant, and then you're like, right? This is good news, y'all, because now everything is shorter. You don't need to know the whole presentation. You just need to know what to say initially. This is the brain hack that I wanted to make sure you got today. You sort people right away. You get to keep your friends. It takes all the pressure off of you. Here's the brain secret, y'all. Your brain does not have time for details. Your brain doesn't have time for details. Your brain is overloaded. The brain can only think of one thing at a time. So it can't think of everything else. So the brain says there's a lot of decisions I got to make. So I got to hurry up and make this decision and get to the next one. So it has this big old queue of all these things that it has to decide. So what we say sometimes is put all that aside and then focus on this sales pitch for 20 minutes. It's never going to happen. Does that make sense? So all we got to do is understand that the brain is saying, I got to make a decision first, then give me the details. Decision first, details second. Now your life gets easy. Somebody give me that in the comments. Decision first, details second. Decision first, details second. Decisions first, details second. We got to understand this is how the brain works. And then you give them the minimum information that they want to know, and life gets easy. You want to buy a nice watch, and then you go in there, and then the salesman starts talking about, oh, let me tell you about 1837 when they invented this new alloy. You're like, what? Right? And then they go on and on and on and on. And now you don't even want the damn watch, right? You're like, I don't want to hear this crap. But you get the decision first, and then life gets easy. Let's say we call them for an appointment. The first thing we need is for them to make a decision to give us an appointment or not. They make that decision, though, before they get any information. Am I making sense? They don't know the company. They don't know the comp plan. They don't know the big promotion you got going on. We just need the decision for the appointment. Am I making sense? Somebody give me decision first, details second, and then give me a share. Decision first, details second. So now that I told you that, wouldn't you like to know what is the main reason that people make these decisions? What's the main thing driving their decisions? Anybody want to know that? There's a bunch of reasons, but I'm going to give you the big one. Somebody say past experiences. Past experiences. Past experiences. I was telling a bunch of my friends last night, some guy come to your house. Maybe you've had somebody come sell you a vacuum cleaner. I'm not knocking it, because that's how you learn to be a millionaire, doing door-to-door sales. That will teach you how to sell anything, because you get used to the idea no ain't gonna kill you. Working at a kiosk, and wouldn't you know it, I had a chain of kiosks, right? I had kiosks in almost every mall in Atlanta, right? But here's the whole thing. Millionaires, people are basing the instant decision they make, the automatic decision they make, on past experiences. Some guy came to your house, right? They talk for 3 hours. They push, they close, they do trial closes, they embarrass you. You're like, man, this is horrible. Then you go to the car dealership, right? And then they do the same thing. You're like, I hate this. Now, here this person comes like, would you be open to making some more money or some right? And then you like, man, I already no, I hate this, right? Now, what if instead I'm like, hey, you trying to go and grab some famous Chicago stuffed pizza, right? My past experiences with pizza make me say, you know what? I'm down for that. And I do it automatically. Does that make sense? Now, I don't know what kind of shape you're in. I'm not a big runner. I jog. I do my thing on the treadmill. A lot of times I'm just walking because I just want to burn off my snacks, right? I don't run a lot. So if you come to me and you're like, man, you want to go do some running? My past experiences with running are going to make me say no. Now, if you say, you want to run to go get some pizza, now I got to think it out. Now my brain is in a, you know what I'm saying? But that's how it goes. You go on grocery shopping, you're like, no, donuts, yes. Right? No, beer, yes. Some of y'all, right? It's like, if you had to hear a presentation and hear about the founder of the company every single time, you'd starve before you left the grocery store. That's not how the brain makes decisions. Am I making sense to somebody out there? I was telling last night, you pick out some cornflakes. You know what I mean? You ain't asking yourself, Hey, I love it, Simone. I love it, Simone. You know, when you're picking out some cornflakes, you ain't asking are they natural, international, supernatural. You just pick up the cornflakes. You know what I mean? You say you want some cornflakes. How many decisions can the brain make per second? Check it out. Somebody write this in the comments. The conscious mind can make one. The subconscious mind makes hundreds of thousands just to keep you alive, making your blood pump through your veins and your heart beating, reminding you to blink. But the conscious mind can only make one. Stuffed pizza? Yes. Go for a run? No. Run to go get pizza? You just put me in a, right? This is how the brain works. I need you to understand this because our prospects' automatic decisions are going to react to what we say. I put this one in the stories this morning when I was leaving the gym, right? Yeah, that's right. I made up for sleeping late yesterday by getting up this morning at 5 a.m. I was already in the gym. You got what I'm saying to you? But our prospects' automatic decisions will react to what we say. Imagine I'm like, is it okay to smoke cigarettes when I pray? Is it okay to smoke cigarettes when I pray? You're going to be like, no. But then if I'm like, is it okay to say a little prayer? Like what if I switch it up? Watch this. If I say, is it okay to smoke cigarettes when I pray? Then you're going to be like, but if I'm like, if I switch up my words and I say, is it okay to say a little prayer while I'm smoking a cigarette? Now you're like, yeah. All I'm saying to you is, are we saying the wrong things to people when we're getting decisions? Are we saying the wrong things to people when we're getting decisions? I want you to think about that, y'all. This weekend's Kaizen Academy is going to be all about closing. Tomorrow, I'm going to give you a bunch of the ways we make decisions, right? You're going to love this. But before I do, I just want you to admit to yourself that maybe you're saying the wrong things. Maybe you're saying them the wrong way. Does that make sense? You know, we're only born with a couple programs, with the fear of falling and the fear of loud noises, right? And that's at birth. Everything else, y'all, we're getting from parents, teachers, well-meaning but underachieving friends, the news, personal experiences, books and audios, right? So, you know, you're gonna see. You're gonna see. Even in the announcement that I put out for the 1 o'clock training, you're gonna see when it hits my page that I'm using different kind of language because I understand that people are selfish. Tomorrow we're gonna break down a lot that you never heard about how people are making these decisions. You're gonna understand it like there are some pre-existing programs. Tomorrow we're going to talk about it so that you understand how to use these pre-existing programs. So if you're going to be here tomorrow, let me see I commit in the comments. Let me see I commit. I need you to notice if our whole goal is expanding the life expectancy of the entrepreneur and we out of time, I thought I was going to have a little bit more time with you. But we ran out of time. So tomorrow what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you some of the pre-existing programs that you want to know about so you can take advantage. There's some pre-existing programs that you need to know about. There's some pre-existing programs you want to know about. All right, it's affirmation time, y'all. It's affirmation time. Call in now. Let's get it. Since I overslept last night, I'm going to handle the affirmations myself. My man Earl took over for me while I was recuperating. But I feel like I'm back. You know what I mean? And I appreciate my man Earl the Pearl for holding it down and Crystal Clear. My homegirl Crystal Reynolds really held it down. Was this helpful, y'all? Scale of 1 to 10. Was this helpful? Was this helpful? All right, call in now. Call in now. We're going to start our affirmations. And remember, either your mind has to expand to match your goals, or your goals will just start to shrink to match your mind. All right, repeat after me, millionaires. We're going to start with the two most powerful words in the whole English language. Of course, I'm